Hello, I'm Dr. Rashmi Bismark with Yoga Medicine. Everyone seems to be talking about yoga and mindfulness these days. Have you ever wondered how they may be related? Well, let's explore that a bit right here. It's common for people to assume that yoga is just a form of exercise. Well, it can be, and it can be something more. When used in the context of health, yoga is the integration of all the seemingly separate aspects of our well-being. It's a process of remembering interconnectivity, our innate wholeness. It's about reclaiming connections between breath, body, heart, and mind, as well as between ourselves and the world around us. When used as a way to live life more meaningfully, yoga can be a process of infusing the ways that we relate to ourselves and to others with the natural care of mindfulness. So, what is mindfulness? Well, mindfulness in the broadest sense is the presence of awareness that we're connected to whenever we're paying attention on purpose to life unfolding moment by moment in ways that are friendly, non-judgmental, curious, and kind. It's the innately compassionate, awareful space of intelligence within us all. It's a shared capacity that we have as human beings to make some spaciousness around life experience, where we can maybe find some rest, lean into our strengths, and engage in more kind, creative ways. The term mindfulness actually is translated from the Pali word sati, or smriti in Sanskrit. And these words mean remembrance. So in many ways, mindfulness is the remembrance of our truest presence, our authentic awareness. So if mindfulness is the remembrance, yoga can be considered a way of remembering. It's a systemized set of mind-body practices for reconnecting to life through this wise, caring remembrance of ourselves in wholeness. The more we formally connect through yoga practices like mindful movement, postures, breath work, and meditation, the more we're able to seamlessly tap into this natural presence of our awareness in everyday life, helping us to live more intentionally with some skill, compassion, and ease. So let's take a quick moment to practice the yoga of mindfulness together. So this is one of my favorite mini mindfulness practices. It's a very short meditation called the 3-minute breathing space. So in this practice, we'll spend the first minute paying attention to all that's here right now. So kind of like a check-in, acknowledging any thoughts, feelings, sensations that are right here. We'll then focus the scope of attention for the next minute on the breath before expanding out to include an awareness of the body as a whole for that last minute. So wherever you are, if you'd like to join me, as long as you aren't driving, find a comfortable position to either sit or stand, something that'll sustain you for just the next 3 minutes. So once you've found a posture that works for you, just allowing yourself to kind of orient and settle in. So maybe that's simply by feeling the places of contact between your body and the supports beneath you. So perhaps that's feeling into the seat or the chair beneath you if you're seated. Or maybe that's feeling into the feet against the floor. Maybe noticing the weight and the temperature of your hands resting in your lap or beside you. Just remembering that these touch points of the seat, the feet, the hands, they're all things you can come back to anytime in these 3 minutes that we're practicing together, just to reorient yourself or reground yourself into the moment if you need. So with your eyes open, or if you'd like, allowing the eyes to close here, moving into this first minute of our 3-minute breathing space, and just noticing all that's here right now with some interest and care. So checking in with yourself, maybe noticing those touch points of the body again. Maybe already noticing how quickly the mind might be wandering to other places, to thoughts of what happened earlier today or planning for what's coming up next. Just noticing what happens as you let that be. Checking in with your mood, Maybe noticing some discomfort with getting still like this, or maybe it's a relief or a restfulness that you're starting to feel. Just noticing all that's here in this moment of pausing. Paying close attention here to the quality of your presence right now. Moving into the second minute of this practice, allowing the scope of your attention now to focusing in on the breath and the body breathing. So maybe simply by noticing wherever the breath is most alive for you right now and watching it, feeling into it, breathing in and breathing out. Getting a little curious, noticing the shapes and the textures of the breath in the body right now. And whenever the mind wanders off, just remembering that whenever you awaken back to the moment, it's a wonderful opportunity to practice this muscle of mindfulness, this ability to notice the mind wandering, to maybe let go of whatever was dragging your attention away, maybe even forgiving yourself for letting your mind wander, and just coming right back to this next in-breath or that next out-breath. Just watching a few more breaths like this, seeing if it's possible to rest into the movement of the breath. Now moving into the third minute of this practice, expanding your attention now to include an awareness of the body as a whole, sitting here breathing. Maybe that's noticing those touch points of the body again, the feet and the hands. Noticing the breath moving, maybe a slight pulsation of the heart beating. Maybe it's noticing any areas of tension where you may be able to invite a release if that's available, or a softening. Play and dance of sensations in the body. Maybe even noticing there may be some areas of the body where there's no sensation, where you can't really feel very much, and just remembering that that's just as much a part of this experience of the body as anything else is. Just staying here for another moment, aware of the body as a whole. Body sensing, breath moving. Awareness watching and holding space for it to just be. Maybe just noticing the quality of your attention, the quality of your presence right now. Maybe appreciating something about how that may or may not have shifted or changed since we began the practice. Maybe taking a moment of gratitude, if it feels right, to thank yourself for engaging with some yoga and mindfulness today. And when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, just gently allowing them to open, maybe bringing some movement to your fingers and toes. And there you have it, a little bit of mindfulness for your day. Hope you enjoyed that, and just remember, all it takes is a moment like this to pause. It doesn't even have to be 3 minutes. It could just be for 1 minute. Just taking that time to remember and reconnect. Thank you.